3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We got RIP takeoff. All right, y'all. Mouthpiece included, where we talk politics. We're back in the building. The Silver Backs are black, and got a great one lined up for you guys. History of Jackie Robinson West baseball out there. Yeah, let me see here. 1 second. Doing some fiddling here.
Mouthpiece.
Yeah, so we're going with y'all see the topic. JRW. Short history. Heard? Big one lined up for y'all today. Please like, share, subscribe, if you will. And, let's support Jackie Robinson. An idle mind is Satan's workshop. So, got any boys out there, sign them up. Even if they riding the pine, it's good. But we'll unpack that, y'all. We shall unpack that. But welcome to Mouthpiece Included, where we're all about politics. That's a fusion of sports and politics. Emphasis probably on politics. Today we're going to be unpacking Jackie Robinson West Little League, a short history. Let's go ahead and explore the legacy and, quote, controversy, end quote, of the first all-black team to compete in the Little League World Series decades. We'll take you back to 2014 when a group of talented children from Chicago South Side made headlines across the world with their remarkable run through Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We'll hear from one of the current coaches, our Silverback. We'll also examine the aftermath of that scandal that rocked the baseball world. Little League Baseball stripped JRW of all its 2014 accomplishments for allegedly being Bill Belichick out there. How did this to trying something new, y'all? So bear with us. Bear with us. Y'all gonna do me like this? Really? All right. So yeah. All right. So I'm back at it. We're working on it, y'all. It's doing something new here. All right. How did that decision affect the players, the community, and the future of urban baseball? What lessons can we learn about the whole Jackie Robinson experience, sportsmanship, race, and injustice? Stay tuned for this and more on the Jackie Robinson West story. We also, as always, we're going to give our takes on weekly hot topics. And we picked a major booger of the week. Historical booger of the week. First time back-to-back booger. So, stand by. Stand down. Pull up. But if you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Don't forget to bring it. The link's pinned in the chat. And also you can call in, troll free, 424-900-6945. And without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome our resident Jackie Robinson's finest, the co-host with the co-most,
Mouthpiece
into the building. Shout down, bear down, shout down, what down.
What down, bro? What's going down? How you doing?
Man, getting a little heat out here on the left coast, but it's all to the well.
Oh man, it ain't 120 like it is in Phoenix, Arizona, is it?
Hey, nah, man, and we're gonna talk about my trip to Vegas too. It was 120 out there, bro. They talking about this dry heat though. No, it's 120 degrees.
I don't know how dry 120 could be, but it sounds pretty hot.
Hey, but I know y'all had a big J-Dub weekend. We'll get there. We'll unpack that when we get to the whole thing covering the short history, which you know what I mean. I know it sounds like an intro. I'm just gonna harp on the Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Houston Astros, but that's not what we're about here. So
no, absolutely not.
All right, so
Mouthpiece included. TATN. Like, share, subscribe.
Nice hat too, bro. Hey, I can go on the website and cop one of those and support. Y'all sell paraphernalia?
It's a tournament hat. No, they don't have any paraphernalia for sale this particular season. I'm not in charge of that. And I think there's some Little League rules pertaining to that. But yeah, I'm not in charge of that. I'm in charge of the kids.
All right. Well, we got to find a Pookie out there that can, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get with the Asian community and we can start counterfeiting some stuff.
Well, when they won the championship those years
back, was paraphernalia all through the city, wasn't it, bro?
There's plenty of Pookies everywhere, right across the street, right in the park, anywhere you can think of.
Ain't showed up to Nan game, but they was out there.
Yeah.
Hey, but that season was y'all selling paraphernalia, bro?
Yeah, it was sold at Dick's Sporting Goods here, and a percentage of the money was going to the league. But none of the money that Pookie was making was going to the league. I had some guys at my job, matter of fact,
try to sell you some shit.
That was selling. I was like, man, you know I'm in the league, right? Don't you? He's like, yeah, we're gonna donate some money. Stop lying to me.
Right. Man. You know, I was just about to shop with y'all till you started that BS.
Stop lying to me like y'all gonna donate some money at the end of y'all making money. If I wouldn't have said anything, but you'd have said, hey, we're gonna take a percentage of this, all these t-shirt sales and sell them and donate that money to Jackie Robinson West for these kids and their families.
Hey, did they ever donate it?
Absolutely
see
not.
Some money
Come on. It was a lie when it first came out of his mouth, and it continued to be one until infinity. So they don't work there anymore. So it is what you
don't know. You don't know what was in their hearts. I mean,
I don't know what was in their hearts. They I just got to go with what they tried. The banana they tried to push up my tailpipe, and I wasn't having that. So.
No, they didn't know you was part of the league because they don't go to none of the games.
Right. Everybody in the building knew except for them.
You're an opportunist, ain't that what they call them?
Yeah, I mean, I understand it was a lot of bootleg T-shirts being made, and that's the South Side or that society. Everybody tries.
Jigga said it can't knock the hustle. I mean, it don't matter if they knocking your great-great-grandmother over the head on her way to church. Can't knock nobody hustle, man.
Can't knock the hustle. So, it was a time to sell these T-shirts. They were being sold all over the world, actually. People were putting them on eBay and, selling them because the team had so much interest. Mm-hmm. But it was just funny that I was in that situation at work, and I got quite upset. It is what it is. I got over it just the other day. They never donated any money, and I'm sure most Pookies out there didn't donate a dime to the league, but they proudly sold and wore the shirts. So that's all you can ask for. Unfortunately, nobody took the same time to understand what happened once the Pink Man took the title away. But
we'll talking about when they stripped the Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm dropping this link, bro. So go ahead and keep your banter going.
Yeah. So yeah, we had weather's good here. After a week of rain, after a drought, we went through a flood and tornado situation for a week, but now the sun is shining. I used to attribute this to all of the rockets going up in the air, piercing the atmosphere. They used to put it on television, but now they just shoot them up there without telling you. And you know what's happening to the atmosphere when the weather starts changing.
Oh yeah, and HARP, they've got the technology. You know what I'm saying, to be messing with the weather. And,
yeah,
and it's funny you mentioned rockets. Yeah, and the chemtrails. There's all types of shit going on out there.
yeah.
They trying to cool the world down. Supposedly, you want to cool the world down. Stop messing it up.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell went on with this smoke that was supposedly coming from Canada's forest fires. That were
all through New York, and then it came through Chicago.
Yeah, messing up our air quality from some damn fires in Canada. And
something that's never happened. You know what I'm saying? At least in our lifetime, we never got no smoke. Like when I moved to Cali, I was like, man, this smoke is all over the place. But Chicago never got no wind and full of smoke from another forest fire.
From another country, imagine. I would understand you saying, hey, it was a forest fire maybe in California, and the winds blew the smoke towards the Midwest, towards Chicago, and maybe it was a possibility that that it was coming from there. But the amount of, because when you stepped out the house, you was like, man, something's burning. And
trust me, I know it when I first moved to LA. And bro, if you really closer, the ashes be coming down. I remember I was driving, it was 100 degrees and I was living in the valley. And the white ashes are coming down out of the sky, bro. And in your mind, being from Chicago, I kept thinking it's snow. I got my windshield wipers on. I'm cutting the heat on. Like it's snowing, but it's 100 degrees out. Bro, it looks like snow, man. It looks like a blizzard, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that smoke, bro. It's like somebody smoking a big blunt full of Reggie.
Yeah, right. As soon as you step out in
tops,
And I thought, at first you think maybe it's there's a house fire or some kind of fire in the neighborhood, but then you're smelling this crap all day for 2 damn days, and the skies all cloudy and smoky, and then then they feed you the crap on the news. Oh yeah.
And here's the weird part. It traveled all the way from Canada, but I asked my mother-in-law, who's out in the south suburbs, out like around the 200s, and they wasn't getting the smoke out there. So let me get this right. This smoke came and just hovered over New York City and Chicago, but didn't hit the suburbs.
Yeah, it skipped the suburbs. Suburbs got good clean air out there, and they weren't part of the nonsense that was going on that us city dwellers had to face. Yeah. Maybe she hadn't been outside.
Yeah, but let's get on it. Today's topic, y'all, is Jackie Robinson West Low League. It's going to be a short history. Before we get there, we're going to run through some weekly hot topics and then cover our booger of the week. We're going to go ahead and skip baseball because we got plenty of baseball today. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. We do got some Bulls NBA beat. So, Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, the genius. Well, I think Worldwide West is a genius, but Rich Paul, the businessman, he posted, and I think it was IG or something. If your athleticism went away, you'd just be Karl Malone. This is what he tweeted to LeBron James, here in year 20, suggesting that once he loses his athleticism, he'll just be Karl Malone.
Karl Malone's a Hall of Famer too.
And these people are disrespectful. Where's Ty when you need him? That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
Just be Karl Malone.
I mean, isn't he third on the scoring list?
Yeah, but I guess if Karl Malone would have taken his talents to the Chicago Bulls after we won 70 games or after we already won 2 chips, you know what I mean? They probably wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people like Karl Malone. They still don't.
He's a bit douchey in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what's in his heart, but
yeah.
The guy, man, in his prime, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're saying that once LeBron loses his lift and all of his athleticism, they're trying to say Karl Malone had no athleticism, bro.
Ex Isaiah, that elbow he put in the middle of his forehead. Well, I guess that was just a dirty play. But, I mean, he was out there running with Stockton all those years up and down the
Stockton and nobody else. Russell.
Courts of Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they had a big, they had Mark Eaton and
they was, they was getting to the they was a tough out for the Bulls, man.
Yeah, they didn't have much past Stockton and Malone, but you know, once those guys got going, there wasn't much you could do. There wasn't much you can do. I mean, once he hit the post, probably like LeBron should have been doing the last 10 years. You know, he probably would have had 10,000 more points because Karl Malone was pretty much unstoppable. He went the little turnaround jump shot or the short range jump shot that he was shooting.
And he made his free throws. He played defense. He rebounded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But
look, let me be clear. I'm not saying Malone is better than LeBron. I'm not saying that, America. But it's disrespectful to say that you'll just, you know, if you guys ever played at MP circa in the 90s, that's like me telling you, Ace, once you lose your athleticism, no. Okay. Yeah, once you lose your athleticism, you'll just be Nick Anderson. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful to Nick Anderson.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why it would come out and say something. And it's unnecessary, uncalled for, and disrespectful to the players.
Yeah, and you had Nick Wright, you know, he's signed to Clutch Sports, you know, being a fanboy again for LeBron, you know, basically defending the statement. He put up all these numbers, and I was glad finally somebody said what I've been saying. You can't go by those jacked up ass stats with all the rule changes. People are scoring 120 points. They should be looking at ratio, percentage of your points scored from the team. You can't look at the 28 points LeBron was getting this year with the 27 points that Karl Malone was getting in his prime and getting MVPs back when the teams was only scoring 90. You can't do that.
Yeah, when you know, they were double teaming and teams were playing defense, and he was unstoppable.
You know, it's like saying Bill Gates numbers, or you know, the guy who owns Tesla. Elon Musk's numbers are better than Mansa Musa. You know what I'm saying? With the rate of inflation, you got to factor all that in, man. Just because they got trillions of dollars don't mean that somebody who had money 1,000 years ago wasn't richer than them.
Right, don't have as much because the money value was higher. And these
points and assists today are meaningless. Not meaningless, but I always, Ace, what I do is 30%. That's what I take, because that's about how much more they're scoring. So if Michael Jordan averaged 30 for a career, if he played in this today, he'd easily get 39, 40 points a game. That would have been his career average if he played.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just to look at the league numbers, you know, how many players are scoring above 30 points, and, you know, it was unheard of. And the Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic
Dr.
Johnson,
J.
that era of basketball. Now, even though you had great players, there's no way a guy can come out and average 30 points a night, night in, night out, being an average player. And, you know, guys would have the pride to make sure that there's no way he's going to score at least 25 points against us, or 20 in a given night. But, you know, you have the rule changes where you can't touch the guys, you can't breathe on them, and, you know, they get to shoot all these free throws.
And if you couldn't play no defense, you didn't get enough minutes to get 30 points. You know, it was a whole lot going on like back in the day. Imagine Vinnie Johnson in today's league. Well, he probably wouldn't play because he can't shoot the three. And you know what I mean?
he'd be looked down upon like who's the player the Bulls got DeRozan as, you know, one of those mid-range shooters. Look at that. Keep knocking that mid-range shot down. It'd be better off just
game-winning mid-range shots.
He'd be better off shooting a three. Yeah.
All right, so Kyrie got a new shoe deal. It's not with Nike. It's with some sort of Chinese company.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we talked on this show about there was a black shoemaker. You know, I was hoping he would, you know, do business with them, maybe get part ownership. But he signed with a Chinese sports company, ANTA, A-N-T-A. He's got a 5-year endorsement deal. I guess the Chinese don't care about anti-Semitism. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't care.
Yeah, they want to get into the market. That's what they care about. we want to get in where Nike doesn't want to be. We'll take the chance.
Yeah. So so you got any thoughts on that? I'm happy he got inked, but that's just kind of weird.
You know, it was just a matter of time of finding another company. I don't. It was probably monetary wise, you know, with a black company versus this Chinese company.
Yeah.
And hey, they put the deal together. I mean,
hey, the Chinese say Nike making all these shoes over here. We just gonna cut the middleman out.
Right. That's what I was just about to say. That you know, instead of it having a Nike symbol on it, it'll have whatever symbol their company has, and you know, hey, it might be the next Under Armour, the next super brand that comes out just based on Kyrie's superstardom. You know, starting a new company. So I hope he inked a deal as lucrative as MJ, as far as royalty is concerned, for each shoe, and yeah, I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, so big ups. And so Wemby, I call him Big Paris, Big Paris, Wembanyama. Caught him in an interview, Ace. He was talking about
Britney Spears.
He didn't talk about Britney. But he was saying how they asked him, you know, what his goals were, and he said it's to win multiple chips. His goal is to be, you know, the greatest. You know what I mean? You can't not. Yeah, I would play it for you, but of course we're having some difficulty here.
We'll get our crutch down.
Rookie season.
His goals for his rookie year.
I did a better record
Can you hear this?
for my team than last year, and I've been looking into all the data of the past years, the past #1 picks, and what impact they've had, and I'm trying to be better than every guy before me.
What's your dream for your career?
As many titles as I can. I know it's not easy to win even one. Some guys have been trying to do it for their whole life and couldn't make it. And I wish I can. I hope I'll be a part someday of the very exclusive group that actually has multiple championships, multiple rings. But there's a long way.
Now you hear what he said, man. This is a true franchise player, in my opinion. His goal is to win more games than the team won last year and to ultimately win multiple championships. What's your take on this guy's take, Big Wemby?
Well, I mean, he's part of a franchise that had historic big men, guide them to championships, and David Robinson and the big fundamental of Tim Duncan.
The Admirable, as Tally used to call him, the Admirable.
So to be in a situation and have the mentality coming in as a neophyte to the NBA, that he wants to win multiple championships, do better every year. Hey, you gotta get a thumbs up, the slow clap to the young man, and hopefully he can achieve these goals.
Yeah, because when they asked him about it, he led in with wins. Ultimately he got to like individual things because she pushed for it, but
Right.
she pressed him for that. But yeah, he's talking team, and every time I hear him, he's talking about team. He's talking about defense. Sounds
Yeah.
like an old school player with an old school mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's probably trained and brought up correctly to respect the game, and he wants to get into the NBA and do what he can to win. And if that's his mentality, he'll be fine.
Well, Ace, he took some heat for saying it's a summer league. He didn't say NBA, but he said that the game over here is softer. You know what I'm saying, than it is in Europe. And bro, that's crazy. Ain't that crazy hearing that? Because we used to say that back in the 90s about the European game. Now they made our game 3 seconds in the paint. Spread out. Yeah. That's crazy. That's why your boy, who you like so much for Dallas, could do so much, because the NBA is soft. We've been saying it, but go ahead, bro. And they want to push back. I'm like, we all been saying the league is soft.
It is soft. I mean, you got these guys running around, flopping and scoring 40 points a night and 50 and 60 points a night.
Wearing sandals.
Pure bums out there, just taking years off, bed rest, saying the back hurts, dealing with the social media problems during the season.
Watching people dunk.
Yeah. Watch him come right down the middle of the lane and oh man, he got past me.
Yeah.
I don't want a flagrant foul or anything such as that. I don't want to
take the charge. I'm gonna move out of LeBron's way every time.
Let him dunk right on me, or dunk and not get hurt, because I don't want to. I don't want to be injured by this 40-year-old.
I'm on bed rest tomorrow. I don't want to be hurt for my day off.
Right. I'm going to. Where are they going out? They're going to Malibu. They're playing the Lakers in about 3 days, and they got a day off to go to Malibu before the game. So, yeah, it's amazing that you have a young player such as that come over and make such a statement. It reminds me of a Justin Time here in Chicago. He's like, yeah, the speed of the game isn't that great. I can deal with it. It's not as fast as I am. It's a softer game over here in America. And, we'll see what pushback he gets from the starters when the real games begin. But I don't.
Yeah, it'll be a little different. Yeah, when the real talent's out there. Like, so me and my bro, we went to Vegas. We was there, I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool, man. I will say that it was just the summer leagues. The players seem a lot smaller, but a lot of them when we went weren't playing. But what I did notice, we actually saw Zion. We saw Zion out there. He was out there. He didn't play, but he was, supporting his team. What was weird though, he wasn't even sitting on the bench with the team. Like, it was a little area, for VIPs, like underneath the rim, but he wasn't sitting on the bench with the team. Now, on the other hand, Zion, I saw Zion too. Cool, man. Cool brother, man. And so, Wemby. And so was Zion. They both was cool. Like, Zion was taking pictures.
Yeah.
They was keeping all of the Instagram people away from him. You had a couple of them. Zion was signing basketballs. He signed one for a little melanated girl. One thing I want to say about Zion, bro, he's in shape. I mean, he was in street clothes, but all this, he's overweight and all of that. Maybe he looks like he's in shape. But Wemby was sitting on the bench with his coaches, talking to them. They were talking about the game. You know what I'm saying? He was talking to us, totally engaged. This is a guy who wants to be part of a win. To your point earlier about San Antonio, who's part of culture.
Right. Well, and you got to look at the situation with Zion's thinking, or maybe thinking that, hey, I might not be on this team coming into the season if they make a move, which they probably should have did during the draft. But, the Pelicans could be looking to move them. So, Yeah, he's supporting his teammates as they stand right now in the organization, as it stands right now. But if they can package a deal together to get him out of there and get what they want, yeah, he's going to be out of there.
Well, he was sitting next to the head coach, you know, who obviously wasn't on the bench.
Yeah.
The thing about it, there was an NBA insider sitting behind us. That's the thing about these summer league games. You know, it'd be a lot of scouts and stuff there.
Yeah.
And he said, I wish I could have got him on camera. He probably wouldn't want to go on camera, but he said that the melanated coach, okay, a player he knows played for New Orleans. I forgot the player's name.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the melanated coach is too soft. Now, I get it. It's the NBA, because me and my brother was debating this, and he was like, man, you're supposed to be a professional. But at the same time, you getting these kids at 18, they ain't never won nothing nowhere. They 17, 18, 19. And so the player was saying that he needed somebody more like Pop, who's going to hold him accountable. So the thing about this player is he used to play for New Orleans, and then he went and played for Pop, and he's getting better, and they're being held accountable. You know what I'm saying? And I think Zion needs to be in a position where he's playing for an organization that's going to hold him accountable.
Well, I mean, just an organization with some kind of championship structure.
Yeah.
Which, you know, not a lot of teams have. Not a lot of coaches have a tenure and the authority over a quote unquote superstar player that Pop does, and would be able to help a young man such as Zion. But, you know, unfortunately he can't land there because Wemby's there, and we'll see well, you never know. Just get on the phone and see what you can do, and see if you can make a phone call and, you know, get a 3-team trade together where you can get Zion over in San Antonio or over to Chicago or over. Why are the Bulls on the phone with the Pelicans?
Because the Bulls listen to the national narrative, and they like to sit there and watch the Lakers and the Celtics and the Spurs make all these moves. Like I said last week, bro, I've given up. I've given up on the Bulls, man. I'm not giving them any of my energy. But at least they did finally file the disabled player exception. So that gets them another for Alonzo don't ball, and we hope he gets well. But a $10.2 million, I guess that gives them a little bit more money. Because, you know, Reinsdorf, he ain't going over he ain't paying no luxury tax.
Yeah.
He's squeezing pennies so hard they turn it into manhole covers.
That's why I was surprised with the Zach LaVine deal when they had a chance to get rid of him, that they haven't, boy. Or they're still working on it, I believe. But I'm on the phone. Yeah,
they'll pay him, but they won't pay Phil Jackson, Pippen, and Jordan shit. Back in the day.
Yeah. It's a bigger TV deal now. So I guess they feel they can pay them now, since they've left Channel 9, the WGN superstation here in Chicago, and they got their own Madison Square Garden type network, or, you know, their own Chicago Bulls network, where they're trying to tax the fans to watch these guys come out there and play less than 500 ball every year. So, yeah.
It's crazy, bro. This move only makes us $8 million below the luxury tax. Like, you paying all this money, like we said, for these bums. Not bums. I don't want to be disrespectful, but LaVine, he ain't a two-way player, and that shouldn't be max money. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it's a deal you made. He is your player now. You know, get on the phone and find a way to get rid of him. Whatever we need to do.
How many years do you think is how many years left on this dude's contract, LaVine?
No, it's got to be at least 3. Yeah.
At least
maybe 4, because it was $200 million, right? So
250, because he was able to get the 250. Everybody else, I think, could have paid him 200.
Oh yeah, it's probably about 4 or 5 more years. This guy's under contract with the Bulls. So maybe he did one, so he's got 4 left. Oh man, come on. Let's
Okay,
get on
they
the
signed him
phone.
5 years for $215 million.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
5 years, and I'm trying to see the year they did it. When did they resign him? Was that just last year?
That was last
Oh my
year.
God! So that was the first year in the contract. Yeah, we got 4 more years. Yeah, they got to get on the phone, man.
Gotta get rid of that guy. Absolutely. Yeah, because he got hurt in the playoffs and they still gave him max money for 5 years, $215 million. He didn't even finish the damn playoffs.
I'm 100% that me and you can run this organization better than everybody they got. Seriously, bro.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm definitely on the phone. You want to get wine and dine, yeah, you take that crap somewhere else. I'm gonna wine and dine somebody who's gonna help us win. But
Well, I'd have a team of melanated former players. They didn't even have to play in the NBA, but all from Chicago. You know, they'd be on a some sort of thread. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like me and Ace are thinking about trading Zach LaVine. What kind of package should we get? You know, and they'll be hitting us with feedback and we take that
for sure.
data and you know what I mean, and make these moves, man.
Yeah, I mean, just guys that get blackballed in the league, like
Yeah.
like a Mark Jackson, Tim
Tim
Hardaway.
Hardaway. Yeah.
Yeah, just just different guys that can aid us and
Be
running
consultants. Yeah.
Yeah.
We pay them $15 an hour. You know what I mean? They don't need, you know.
Absolutely, the Chicago way.
Yeah. I'd
yeah.
even have the Pookie thread, you know, all the Pookies. Yeah, you know what I mean? Once I'd be out in the street. Y'all need to sign. Yeah.
Down the west side, man. They said, yeah, we should get rid of Zach LaVine,
Man.
We'll take Zion. We'll take Zion, baby.
The
I like
thing
the new
is,
Zion
though,
gym shoes.
when I talk to people from that trophy generation, I think those would be the millennials. They like Levine. They love everything about him. He's high yellow. He don't play no D. He's worth every penny. I'm like, man, he ain't getting you nothing.
Yeah, because he's right there on PlayStation 5 doing his thing. You know, that's all they're concerned about. Yeah, he can go out there and run and gun him like a Tracy McGrady on the game. Yeah.
I mean, bro, that's like Orlando Warriors getting max money. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know, he's getting you to the playoffs, but he ain't getting you nothing. He ain't getting you no defense. He's athletic, but he ain't getting you nothing when it comes to filling the seats. Like, I don't think people be like, man, I really want to go see Zach LaVine play.
Of course not. Saying
especially Chicago people.
Yeah. No. I see some at the Burlingtons and the Marshalls and the former Mills venues of the Zach LaVine jerseys, but
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, is it a bunch of young pink kids or because who's wearing a jersey? I've never seen anybody with a Zach LaVine jersey when I visit the city, and I for damn sure don't see him here in LA.
Well, T got some Zach LaVine shirts. You got shorts. You got Burlington, I think they're like $10 or something. So, but they were, they were some Sharp Bull shorts. So that's why we got them for him.
And it was on the clearance rack.
Yeah. Other than that, he's a Giannis fan. So he likes Giannis more than anybody on the Chicago Bulls organization.
Max money, bro. I mean, come on, man. If you ain't won me a chip, or at least got me there, where I have some hope, or not a two-way player. It's got to be both. You had to flirt with a chip and be a two-way player, and you can have this max money. Other than that, you and your agent,
kick rocks,
man. You and your agent and your mama, who's ever represent you.
I'm worried about the salary cap, but you counting toward it $40-50 million? No way.
That's what separates Ryan Poles. He said he needs that flexibility. You know what I'm saying? If Ryan Poles was running the Bulls, Zach LaVine would have been traded as soon as he got there.
Oh yeah. Especially last year when he was in the last year of his deal. Yeah, so he wouldn't have to pay him, and there wouldn't have been no controversy. He wouldn't have missed
Yeah.
the playoffs because he wouldn't have been here.
Right.
And you could have maybe got a player in here that wanted to help your organization, even if it was a player that was going to be a free agent at the end of last year. It would just been somebody that would give you more flexibility and possibly a better chance to win. But
They'd hate me, bro. I know you got to spend a minimum. The NBA's got a league minimum you got to spend for money, you know, because they don't want the owners just pocketing all that TV dough and sullying the product. But, bro, they'd hate me. If you're not a two-way player, you're getting the league minimum. If you want to play for my organization, you're going to get a – bro, you're on defense 50% of the time of the game.
Yeah, so you're going to work yourself up from there.
Work yourself up from there. You know, the veterans get the veteran exclusion. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not, this is the culture I'm setting. If you're not a two-way player, you know, you're going to be at the league minimum or the minimum I could pay you until your contract expires. Period, point blank. That's our culture.
You're looking at being a Tampa Bay Devil Rays of the NBA. You know, just a team that goes out there and gets players that can play.
Yeah.
But they're not superstars.
No.
And once they become superstars, you get close to that time in their career. Yeah, they ship them right on off and get another draft pick.
I mean, kind of like the Heat. But if they evolve through my system and they're playing the defense we're asking, defending their position and doing their specialty on offense, whether it be step back three, you know, fine. You know, but league minimum. Yeah, listen, the agent will know. They're going to tell their players, man, he ain't going to negotiate nothing because you don't play no defense.
So either you're going to work on some damn defense or, you know, we're trying to look at another team.
It's the same thing if you don't play offense. Man, your boy, Cupcake Durant, was tweeting again. Okay. And a regular guy had tweeted, you know, about defense wins championships. Wasn't even to him personally. He comes on there and literally types in offense wins championships. Kevin Durant, everybody.
When the last time your offense won a championship? Oh, when you're on the best defensive team in the league for one.
Even when he played for Golden State, they played defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They were one of the better defensive teams that year.
He's a douche
because they were young and athletic, but you know, then you can run around there and shoot all them damn shots you want to. But you got to play some damn defense.
Comments like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it tells you about the organization. He's like, they don't hold him accountable.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna win.
No, they're not.
He doesn't care about them winning anyway.
All right. So you got anything else on the NBA before we push on?
Nah, let's get on the phone, Chicago. Let's make some calls. I mean, if Zion's available,
he is available. They don't want him.
Oh, they don't want to say we traded for a guy that has knee or leg problems. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 20-year-old who has trouble chasing women.
Go get Zion if he's available. We got anybody is available. You can send Zach LeBed and you know, I think you can do a straight up trade with that, or because he is an all-star. I mean, you know, Zion hasn't done anything yet. So maybe a straight up trade, or if they want a draft pick or whatever we got to do to get that kid here in Chicago and get him another culture and get rid of our coach.
Bro, New Orleans can use a veteran like DeRozan.
Yeah.
I'd package in Levine, make the money work, do it like you said, whatever I got to do. But y'all can have essentially Levine and DeRozan, whatever you want. They really need a veteran. I think it would actually be good for their team if they got a veteran like DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to show up and not talk about himself in the third person, you know, and then we can bring Zion in here. You know, if they want draft picks down the line, that's fine. But really, we want you to take Levine. That's really, but they probably can't do it money wise. So take DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? And I can go with Levine and Zion. Okay. You know what I mean?
I got you. I saw. I think DeRozan was in Vegas supporting his teammates. He said he was working out with them actually on a daily basis, trying to increase their endurance before the beginning of the season. So he's a good player for any type of team that wants to win. I don't know what the Bulls' modus operandi is, but it don't look like it's winning. So we'll see what happens.
They don't care about winning. They're a for-profit company. All right, so today's topic is Jackie Robinson, West Little League. It's a short history. You guys can always pull up. But we've got more bum hazing. Wildcat, Northwestern Wildcat. I think we were talking about Northwestern last week.
Yeah.
Bum hazing. They fired initially, they were going to suspend Fitzgerald for a few games, but now they turned around and fired him because of hazing. Let's see. Turns out
a lot of what she detailed is sexualized act. He actually alleged that there was a practice dubbed running used as punishment where a player would be restrained and then dry humped in a dark locker room. There were also claims of players having to strip naked as punishments. Now, a former Illinois.
You hear this?
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? I mean, okay. I mean, listen, what's going on? I'm not against hazing, but are these what's going in a dark room? Somebody's about to get that as soon as the kids were not promoting violence, but somebody's gonna take an L as soon as I'm able to get up.
Somebody's gonna jump on me and dry hump me for punishment for not executing a drill or no.
Right.
No.
All of y'all gonna take an L one-on-one. I'm calling the city. I'm getting the guys down in town. Like, listen.
Imagine we there. You call us up like, man, I know they gave me a full ride, but these motherfuckers are trying to dry hump me because I didn't execute this damn drill. And we need to do something about this. When y'all gonna be here? We on the way. Are you kidding me? But I guess that's the culture up there, and
seems to be the culture damn near everywhere.
Yeah, no. I don't think they do that at the HBCUs. They don't dry hump the play. Are you kidding me?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I pistol whipped them. Oh, I thought we were hazing. They dry humped me. I pistol whipped them.
Yeah. They fired the coach. They're looking to fire a lot of people. They're keeping the rest of the coaching staff. They fired the head coach, and they're trying to stop the damn the building of the new stadium. Like, well, what did the new stadium got to do with
dry humping?
Dry humping, yeah. And the fact that if it was the culture of the team, you got to get rid of everybody. You get rid of the damn head coach.
You're right. And why aren't there any criminal charges? I'll tell you why. Because it wasn't Pookie and Ray Ray grabbing players in the dark and dry humping them. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you it wasn't Pookie and Ray. Where's the police? At least 12 always has a statement. We're investigating. We're not going to press charges. We invest. You know what I'm saying? There's no evidence. Nothing. There's never no mention. Yeah. If this was a black school, to your point, a HBCU, 12 would be involved. That's sexual assault, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've gotten away with it at so many universities.
We just call it hazing. Yeah.
Hazing. When you got all this sexual assault or what was it in Michigan? He was giving them colon exams. The damn doctor. You got
Penn State. They've got a history of it.
Penn State, yeah. So there's a history of so-called hazing at all of these institutions, or
even the high schools. It ain't going on in the city like that, but in these suburbs, bro, they bum hazing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's something
culture?
That they learn. I mean, it's got to be, maybe the older coaches allow it or been part of it, or
This
you
has to
know,
start before they even.
went to Catholic schools and got their bum hazed by the priest or somebody. You know, you got to look back into the history of the origin of this bum hazing.
Correct.
Yeah.
There, this anal fixation, and and you're calling yourself an athlete. I've gone through. Well, there's no hazing in Kappa Alpha Psi, but I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
for damn sure, there's no bum hazing.
No.
That's for damn sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whatever. But
And
yeah,
I mean,
but go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go
It's
ahead,
hard
bro.
to imagine, even in this participation trophy era, that that's allowed to go on at a major university of higher learning, such as a Northwestern.
Well, with that all being said, if you're the AD at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, are you taking calls from ADs? I know you like to take calls. Are you taking calls from Fitzgerald's team?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm taking calls.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're gonna have cameras everywhere. If you're gonna do the bum hazing, do it off campus. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, the guy won. I mean, he won at one of the higher intellectual universities in the world. So
maybe the bum hazing works.
yeah, or man, once he gets to U of I as a recruiter or whatever he does, and he's going to get pooky. That bum hazing going to stop.
And he could develop the players. He seems like he's good with that. A good technician, tactician.
Yeah, he can bring his system in. I think they're happy with the guy that they got now. I mean, he's on the cusp every year of having a breakout.
Yeah, he
season.
is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Every year he's on the cusp of them breaking out. And you had a top 5 draft pick, damn cornerback in the
Well, you got USC and UCLA in the Big Ten now, so you need all the advantages you can get.
Yeah, you can get you a Pat Fitzgerald down there in Shambanarama. And he's still a bigger name than whoever that guy is. I don't even know the damn head football coach's name. And
I like him though, but you're right. Yeah, maybe I'd make him an assistant and have this dude looking out his rear view mirror. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. He's in charge of recruiting, or
recruiting in the defense. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Make him a D coordinator.
Right.
You'll be pretty formidable as far as a tandem with the head coach that the guys like, and you got the crazy bum hazing defensive coordinator coming from Northwestern to
turn off the lights.
To make your team, your defense even stouter. So it's something to consider. Yeah, it's definitely something to consider, especially with you having the biggest TV contract in the history of college sports. So they got the money.
Bro, and before we move on, it'll make me look at the other players with a side eye. Like, and again, I need more information. Are they grooming? I mean, I'm sure they know, Ace. We ain't gonna pull that on Ace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Make me carry the bags or whatever it is you're doing. Hit me with some water balloons, or whatever it is, man. Hit me with some eggs and stuff like that. But the sexual assault, bro.
The dry humping and the dark in the room.
Somebody getting their ass whooped. I'm sorry.
I think they must be considering certain players, or but even that's got to be some kind of mental torture on a player. That
it is. It's traumatic. Yes,
you're picking me to dry hump, and
yes. And you're leaving Ace alone, right?
Yeah, that big melanated offensive defensive lineman off the south side of Chicago. Yeah, you're not gonna
ain't nobody dry humping him, right?
Right. So it was, and they went through it. They decided, we're gonna suspend him, And we'll talk about it. You got to agree to.
And they found some
make sure-
emails and text messages where he knew
Yeah.
Brumhayes number 28, number 13, and number
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
What
man, you
kind
gotta
of coach?
go.
Come on, Ace, you a coach? Like, what kind of coach uses that as a tactic
Yeah.
to
nah,
motivate
man.
his players, bro?
Yeah. I'm finna make you run. You're gonna run. You're
Man,
gonna
hit
run
more
till-
ground balls or something, right?
Yeah, you're gonna run. You're gonna throw up. You're gonna run till you throw up. I mean, I don't know, man. But there's no way I'm gonna let some players touch another player's bum, and I'm, that's part of my
Listen,
coaching.
and what about the psychology of the perpetrators? I'm a senior, and I'm gonna grab this freshman and put him in
Yeah.
a dark room and dry hump him. What is that saying about me? Not that anybody's lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but it's something that they probably did in a preceding education situation, like in high school or grade school when they were playing football.
Scout
and,
camps.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah,
just
Catholic
they
church.
finally got to the
Dry
point where
humping.
they could dry hump at the university level, unfortunately, and he found a situation where it was accepted.
Bro, you had this
I don't understand.
one of these draft picks in the NBA.
Yeah,
He posted on IG him dry humping. I mean, he was rubbing sticks. They had clothes on with his homeboy. Had him on the bed, dry humping him live on IG. Yeah, the NBA ain't offended by that. You know what I'm saying? But poor little Pookie Morant pulls out a stick, which could have been a problem. It's a big problem for the image. But you got these players dry humping one another, on IG, and the Adam Silver doesn't have a problem with that.
He's okay with that because I don't know, the alphabet people would come down on the cancel culture would come down on the NBA if he made some sort of statement to who can dry hump who on IG.
And this is what I'm saying, how the problem starts. So now you have this player who's a high draft pick, can't think of his name of the team and all that. But pretty soon he'll be older. Maybe he'll implement that as part of the team's hazing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They can't figure the play out. They're struggling figuring out the system. So we got to break out the old dry hump to get them in order. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never been on any of those teams. I don't understand it. Hopefully they get that figured out at Northwestern. And then any other head coach that's listening, don't let the dry humping go on, because that's what was going on with the Blackhawks, wasn't it?
Yeah. Man, maybe that's how they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ace, maybe that's what they were doing at Simeon and King in Chicago. If there's anybody from Chicago, Simeon, Chicago, King, let us know if you guys dry humped your way to all those state championships.
I don't think they dry hump.
I'm just asking the questions. I mean, Ace, we couldn't, we were the bottom of the second East my senior year, but the next year we took it and went downstate, so I was part of that culture.
Okay.
But we didn't even, bro, when I was a freshman, we hey man, stop all that patting on the bum. We don't even pat on the bum. We come by and tap you on the head.
Yeah.
Nice play, Ace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We stopped all that. The shorts and the smacking each other on the bum.
Yeah.
We put a stop to that. You know what I mean?
That's not part of our culture. Absolutely not. So
yes,
I mean, Simeon just had their reunion cookout this past weekend.
Yeah, it was probably dry humping. Pickups to the Wolverines.
The videos I saw, there was no dry humping going on.
All right, let's jump to Booger of the Week, and then we'll get on topic.
All right.
Somebody owes John Gruden some money. Raider Nation loves John Gruden. He was owed $100 million, and he walks away with nothing, I don't hate him. I don't excoriate him. I don't wish for him to be unemployed for the rest of his life, but I believe in second chances. I wouldn't mind seeing John Gruden on a football sideline again at some point in his life. His career is over. And that's why I can understand why he would sue. He's got to get paid somehow. It is a legitimate question to find out how the hell his emails got exposed. Where's everybody else's? His career has been eviscerated. Do y'all understand that what happened to him is so bad that he can't even get a job in a booth talking about football? I just don't know. This is all he knows. So I hope for the NFL's sake that they're telling the truth and they had nothing to do with this. Because he hold up and be honest. If there's something that's worth fighting, it's $100 million. Somebody owes John.
All right. He's talking about what happened to Gruden.
He's entitled to
A job.
A job. He can't even get a job working on the sideline, working on the in the booth, talking about football, working the sideline.
Hell no, he can't get a job.
We don't know what's in his hearts, but we know what was in his
old Michelin lips and calling people the F word sounds like maggot.
Yeah. So we don't know what's in his heart. We don't know what's in his heart.
He was calling the commissioner the F word and the head of the head of the players, the brother, call him Michelin lips. You know, and this guy goes up here talking about poor John Gruden who lost $100 million.
Right. Absolutely. And I don't think he lost all of it, but come on, Stephen A. You're gonna be. We know you're in the lead for Booger of the Year, but you don't have to be Booger of the Week every week. You know, give somebody else a chance. Come up with some original thought that makes sense every year before you spew out all these comments about some topics that you know are nonsensical. This guy's calling the brother with Michelin lips, and I know out of the thousands of emails that they were able to acquire from him, there was some more damning stuff in those emails.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that all of them wouldn't get fired. That, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's so quick to jump on this whole collusion thing for him. He did kind of say Colin was colluded, but what I'm saying is he didn't come out with that passion about the money Colin lost.
Yeah. No, well, you know, he had no concern. He was concerned about Colin showing up for the workout that
wearing the Fidel Castro's pig socks and the Kunta Kinte shirt, and he was concerned about correct, bro. The guy was speaking out against racism and stuff, and then this guy we don't know what's in John Gruden's heart.
Yeah.
You know, the type of racism that the guy who pulled out the guns,
Gilbert Arenas.
Yes, the type of racism that Gilbert Arenas needs to see. I wonder what's Gilbert Arenas' take on John Gruden.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't have.
They usually say, "Well, he didn't say it to me." That's what they come. He wasn't talking about me.
He wasn't talking about me. If he said something about me or my sport, then you know, or my. Then I'd be forced to make a comment or a rebuttal, but he didn't say anything to me, so I'll leave that in the basketball arena.
I mean, poor John Gruden, and then he comes with this nickel slick conspiracy theory, which we said a long time on the show. We want to see all the emails. I get it, but he can push this conspiracy theory that the commissioner, keep wanting to call him Roselle, that the commissioner targeted John Gruden so that he don't get his $100 million, but he couldn't push that same thing about Handy J.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and all these other players not getting their money.
And you got a high-ranking official. I think he might have been in ownership for the Redskins. That was part of this email controversy. And
well, he wasn't emailing himself.
No,
that's for sure.
No, it was a whole group of them, and they know what they were saying. But John Gruden was the only one technically working for the NFL at the time. So they decided.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we
Yeah.
all got jobs. If I'm emailing crazy stuff about my boss to people who don't work there no more, guess who's going to lose their job?
Right, I am. But to say that he was the only real employee of the NFL at the time, so he should lose his employment. It's kind of strange because he was going back and forth with a guy from the Redskins. I think he was in ownership. We know how much of a mess that organization is, and unfortunately, they're going to be able to reap the benefits of being a mess because I think they sold for $5 million.
Yeah, Daniel Snyder.
And Snyder only paid $5 billion.
Yeah, Daniel Snyder. He's the one.
So he's going to reap the benefits just like the guy out in LA, Sterling, was able to reap the benefits of being a racist, or we don't know what's in his heart, but it's incredible that these billionaires, millionaires, can say whatever they want to say or do whatever they want to do, and reap financial benefit from it at the end, based on being in ownership, where the employees, not that I'm giving John Gruden out, but the employees, they lose out. And it's not just the coach. I mean, it's the guys that are under him, because he was developing a system, I assume, in LA. So now they got to start over with a new coach and try to figure out what they're going to be identity-wise as a team.
And that's the thing, is a coach is like a manager, director of operations, even.
Yeah.
A head coach, at any company. And so, once you find out the person you report to, thinks of you as subhuman, that's going to be a problem for production. So most companies would move them around or fire them. I thought the guaranteed money, I thought he was still getting it. So it's new to me that he didn't get none of the $100 million, whatever. But I know your point. I agree with you that the owners are financially gaining from it and are able to get up from under his contract, without paying a penny on it. So he may have grounds. But my issue with the reason I got this dude as Booger of the Week is I would love to see him on the sidelines again. Would you?
Really? Why?
So you can be calling everybody Michelin lips?
You never said that about Colin.
That's what I'm saying. He was like, this is the only thing John Gruden knows is football. Well, that sounds like a John Gruden problem. He should have thought about that before he was sending those emails out.
Yeah, so freely and forcefully on the Disney Network email system. Yeah.
And the conspiracy is that the commissioner wanted to get rid of Gruden because Gruden was disrespectful. Again, any other time, Stephen A. Smith is on the side of ownership and the bosses. Well, that's your boss. If it was a football player, a running back who had these emails, what I'm saying? And it was a brother, and he was, well, that's your boss and your boss, Well, he talked about his boss.
Yeah.
And he got fired.
He should be locked up.
Yeah. So back to back, Booger of the Week. You got anything on that before we jump to JRW?
Booger of the Week. Leading candidate for Booger of the Year, Stephen A. Booger Smith. But we don't know what's in his heart.
Yeah. Booger McSmith. And big ups to Booger McFarland. I mean, Booger McFarland gets a bad rap. You know what I mean? He's toned it down a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe his wife's been talking to him, or the in-laws. Like, look, man.
They fine motherfuckers over there. You better tone it down. See exactly what they want you to say. And just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, they don't even run them out there too much. All right, but let's jump on, man. JRW, man, Little League, short history. That's where we've arrived to. So I know you said, just a couple things. When was it founded, Ace? When was Jackie Robinson Little League started?
1971, 71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Jackie Robinson started, I was a young lad, still, sucking the teat. The founder, so it's my understanding that this was some sort of collusion with Little League baseball to kind of bring, to get brothers and sisters in baseball, or did the founder found it first and then Little League baseball got involved and helped fund it?
No, they don't help fund anything. They got a charter from Little League to operate and work under the auspices of Little League baseball. So it was just a structure that Little League had in place, and you can apply for a charter, and then the structure takes you through getting together a board of directors and having the 501c3 and player agents and having all of these entities in place to have a league, and you go from there. You start building teams, and it was at that time that the owner wanted to bring baseball to the South Side. You can bring baseball to the South Side with a structure.
And that's Joseph Haley. He was a vice principal at Marcus Garvey Elementary School. Right. So is he, you met him? Is he still alive or what, bro?
No, he's not alive, but his sons and his wife are still on the board for Jackie Robinson. So his son Bill and his son Joseph and his grandson coaches.
Who's this Prince guy? Last name Prince.
Todd. He's a president of the league now. Okay. Yeah, I work closely with Todd and helping the kids. He's a good guy. He's the president of the league now, and does everything it takes to keep Jackie Robinson West going, even through COVID, even through losing kids to travel. He does everything that the league needs to help keep the mission going, which is to bring South baseball to the South Side at affordable price for kids to go out and learn a craft in this.
And he probably has a full-time career on top of it all.
Yeah.
Like he's not just sitting there getting money from the system.
Well, it's all volunteer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all volunteer.
Nobody's getting
paid.
And so when the profit comes in, if there's ever some overage, that money just goes back
into the league. It's either we need new uniforms, equipment, or work on the field, but everybody's a volunteer.
Do the groundskeepers get paid?
The groundskeepers, my man Freddie,
get paid.
He works diligently to make the field beautiful for us. Is a volunteer as well.
Wow, but they probably pay him for the gas and the equipment or something like that. Probably. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
He's lucky to get a check.
it's a mission, man. We all working out of the kindness of our hearts to help these kids, learn the sport. Have a possibility of playing in these tournaments on these tournament teams, and staying out of trouble, saving lives. Sometimes, even back in the days when the senior Mr. Haley will put teams together. You know, he'd be buying cleats for kids and
out his pocket.
Yeah. And even the Suns have done it as, have done it as well, buying uniforms for, tournament teams when it was needed.
Yeah, I read something where they said a shorty showed up with cleats like 3-4 sizes too big. He had brought them from somebody and wanted to play baseball, and they bought him. Yeah. They got him some cleats and put them out there, boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
There's different organizations now that help with the cleats, or I'm trying to put a program together next year to. We don't have a lot of storage space, but gently used cleats that the older kids can pass down.
Yeah, they got to pass. They got it. I was just gonna say that because kids' feet grow so fast, man.
Yeah.
Spray them cleats out, and man, boom, we got cleats, man.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, you go skating, don't you? they spraying the skates every skate session, and then somebody else is wearing them. So
that'd be a good program. You should head that up, bro. That would be something good, man. I mean, it would save all the parents money too. Maybe you can have cleat rental. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they can just have.
But I mean, if they can't afford it, they can't afford it. But I'm saying, if you don't have cleats, $2 a game, something to keep the, for the upkeep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you're in the Gucci era now, so everybody wants to have
the updated. Well, if your family can afford that, fine. But if not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We got cleats for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
But hold on, before you go further, I just want to give a little background because you're kind of getting into it, and then we'll have you confirm or whatever.
All right.
So founded in 1972, and it's 46 years. Jackie Robinson West, like many leagues in inner city areas, was created as a safe haven for at-risk children.
Mm-hmm.
In its 46 years, the league has provided mentorship, which you talk about, and a path towards a safer and more stable life for hundreds of young Black men. The league has also earned a reputation for developing baseball talent, which seems to be secondary to what was talked about earlier. Jackie Robinson West has racked up a stunning 29 state championships, which I had no idea, countless Junior League World Series appearances, and sent multiple teams to Williamsport to vie for the big prize. This success, perhaps ironically, can obscure the actual goals of the program, particularly for those outside the program. Winning is a tribute to the kids, but it is not what the current stewards of the program focus on. They're focused on providing a safe haven. What do you got to say about all that?
As one of those stewards, it's a safe haven for kids. We have kids who need Jackie Robinson West baseball to put structure in their lives. Sometimes it may aid that parent that doesn't have the greatest of parenting skills, just to be around sometimes older parents or parents that have been through this before. And they can see some sort of structure of how they're trying to bring up, their kids through the sport, or just through sports period, or just through life in general.
Positive culture, because kids are sponges. They do what they see and hear.
Right. So even if they're how do I quickly? Even if they're in a culture of negativity at home, they can come to the park and be in a culture
like an oasis.
Yeah,
you come out there, it's this beautiful stadium. You're around positive people. Even when we play teams from the suburbs and they come to the mecca of baseball in the city, which is Jackie Robinson Stadium, they're enamored at the field. So the stadium is called Jackie Robinson Stadium?
Yeah.
Y'all should change that. I moved to change that to, is it Joseph Haley Stadium? But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It used to be Mount Vernon Park, but they changed the name to Jackie Robinson Park. And,
right.
Yeah.
Joseph Haley Stadium, and you come to Jackie Robinson Park. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
just me talking. I ain't taking away
I
from
got
Jackie
you.
Robinson. You know, we you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, bro.
It's technically there's no real name on the stadium, but that's what I call it, Jackie Robinson Stadium. And coaches come in like, yeah, where are we playing you guys at? Just meet us at the stadium. Like,
there's no name for where's the naming rights, bro? Come on, man. Bro, y'all gotta go to one of the local companies and say, man, we can name this come on, man. Y'all leaving a lot of meat on the bone, bro.
Crypto.com stadium.
Man.
You got to be careful with those 501c3s, though. But I understand what you're saying.
Harold's Chicken Stadium, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll suggest we need to do a dedication of the stadium name to Mr. Haley. But it's you know, they love playing at the stadium. God bless Freddie for coming in and Todd and Coach Gene. They come in and do what they can. You know, when it rains or just to make sure the grass is kept and even, you know, when you have the spots or whatever, we had the drought this year. They're doing what they could to make sure that the grounds are upkept. And yes, they are all old Jackie Robinson coaches or friends of the program or had kids go through there, and everybody's volunteering.
Comes back and gives back. You know what I'm saying? They pay it forward. You know, Prince said in his article, it's Fatherly, it's called Fatherly magazine.
Mm-hmm.
He said that that kid whose cleats was 4 sizes too big, the program's trying to work with him. Just using this as an example. Prince tried and failed to help him make a high school team. He tried to talk to him through the disappointment. He tried to turn the kid around. He said one day he got a call saying that the kid would be killed for messing up a drug package. We know how that go out there. And he was that he was supposed to be handling. Prince said, I knew the guys that he was dealing with meant business. Prince said, I went to where he was and talked to the guys. See, this is invaluable stuff. You know, because a lot of parents aren't even engaged like this. Which in this kid was actually part of the foster system. So these are the kids who get lost. Yeah. But they said that Prince said he went to the guys, talked to him. Man, he found out they was gonna murk him. I don't want to say only $200, but that's the amount of money it was, $200, and Prince broke bread, bro.
Yeah. Todd's a great guy. Knows a lot of people, knows a lot of baseball people, from, you know, the CEOs and the presidents of these major league organizations. And you know Pookie. He can go to Pookie's house and talk to him, be like, hey, you know, this kid is trying to do X, Y, Z. And we're trying to turn his life around. So what can we do to broker that, you know?
Pookie and Ray usually respect that. If you got another outlet, they really don't want to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, you know,
and they said the kid is 28 now and has a steady job. You know what I'm saying? Right. They said that's the type of stuff y'all are proud of. You know, everybody wants to get into, you know, you got Corey Ray, he's Milwaukee Brewers, but it's bigger than that. It's just getting these children so that they can have a family and support themselves and then maybe potentially come back and give back.
Yeah, you can't imagine the number of kids that have gone on to graduate from college just from playing baseball and being able to get scholarships, because baseball doesn't give you a full ride. So they have to be intellectually smart to get academic money as well as, you know, some sort of partial scholarship from the baseball teams to attend these universities all over the country. And my son's 2010 tournament team, Big Joe's, I want to say, I think all of them graduated from college. There's a couple of them that we kind of, you know, fell out of contact with after, you know, our run. But I would say if it's not 100%, is 95% of those guys graduated from college and are,
Wow.
and are productive members of society. And you got kids that come, they become coaches and head coaches in the Chicago area. Some of them are coaching in the pro ranks. Some are still playing in the pro ranks, whether it's in the minor leagues or, some of these other independent leagues. But, these kids are smart, they're athletic, and they're quite talented.
They process.
They processing, absolutely. They're processing, and it seems between going from Jackie Robinson to high school baseball, being able to matriculate themselves into a college or university situation. It all started. You can't give all of the credit to the league, but the league has a big part in a lot of these kids' lives.
Oh yeah, I bet you now, man. Like if I was going off to my high school and they were saying, "Man, where'd you play baseball at?" and I'm, at tryouts with a Jackie Robinson jersey on, I bet that's holding water now, bro.
I mean, it always has. They know who you are.
Yeah,
they know who you are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but the kids are going from our league going to these travel leagues, and then on to high school, then on to college. Where it used to be, you'd be little league, then the junior or intermediate league, the junior, and then senior league. But now you got more of the travel ball.
They're ruining it like AAU. I mean, it's just me talking. That's not you.
Yeah.
So the funding, bro. I want to get into funding. You were talking about how do y'all get money, and then is there a link you could text me and I could put it in the comments if anybody wants to support. So where would you say y'all funding is coming from?
Donations. We get donations from White Sox charities, Cubs charities. The league fees are kept at a minimum, so kids have the opportunity to play baseball. They're between like $100 and $150.
These kids need to work those fees off if they don't have the money, man. You get out here and help my man cut the grass. But go ahead, bro. I'm a stick.
Absolutely. Well, some of them do. Some of them get out there and help as much as they can. There was a program with T-Mobile pays little league fees, but it seems like you got to provide certain documents for them to pay your fees for the league, and you got to know exactly when the scholarships become available because they're going pretty quickly now. But donations wise is the majority of how the league continues to function from the different major league organizations, Good Sports, Bo Jackson, just different entities that are looking to keep Black baseball alive on the South Side. Unfortunately, there are other leagues that are around us that are trying to come back from COVID and just losing players. And we're the only real
So South Shore Little League, they used to have their stadium. And then I remember Southeast Little League had their stadium. My big brother played for Southeast.
Yeah.
So all that ain't going on no more? Yeah.
Roseland. Yeah. I mean, those teams have folded. There's nobody to.
Are those stadiums still there?
The fields, all that stuff's there. But if there's nobody to play, what difference does it make? The Chicago public schools are trying to put teams together. There's a independent city league that the park districts try and support where kids can play. I think they played when Joe was playing. He was like 5, 6 at Washington Park. But it was baseball, but it wasn't a real baseball. But,
I just remember.
But kids are learning.
Yeah, it was stadiums, man. And you go to games, you buy you know, your pizza slices. You know, I was on the team, so you know what I'm saying. I played a lot of baseball coming up, but
yeah, no.
So I go to a game at Jackie Robinson Stadium. How much do
Yeah.
I pay for entry?
For Little League, there's no entry fee.
Why not?
That's in the Little League bylaws. Can't charge for games. If you're making money, it's off concessions and maybe paraphernalia. And
I'm looking at a $3 nominal fee, and maybe kids under 13 get in for the free, bro. Come on, man.
I understand, but those are their rules. Those are their rules.
So so when y'all are having y'all games, well, how many seats do y'all have? How many people can y'all stadium hold?
I think the stadium can hold a couple hundred.
Couple hundred. So
yeah.
In a typical home game, like, are people from the community coming out in the nearby neighborhood? Because I remember one time, bro, and I want you to answer that. I was working out in those west suburbs, and the E-way was backed up, so I took the streets back.
Yeah,
and bro, I would drive past these baseball stadiums, and it was packed to the hilt with those people drinking and supporting. And it was during work time. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6 o'clock. They out there, man. So is the community coming out and supporting, or what's that like?
Mainly it's the parents or the old time players and coaches and just the legacies from Jackie Robinson. They steadily come out, but other than that, it's mainly just the parents coming out to watch.
And y'all games be when? Like, I know you got different teams, so like, are they Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at this time, and then the other team play next? And how does that go? Like, if somebody wanted to catch the games, because this is, you know, we're always looking for stuff to do, and I find it odd that we don't just come out and go to a baseball game and enjoy supporting the kids and watching the kids play.
Yeah, well, there are different times depending on when you can get a team there. Like our 10s, our 9s and 10s play some days, and then the 12s will play some days. Like I had a spring team, and then we had our district tournament there, which was, you know, that was packed. But our season's basically over now, so
right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be in a position to do fall this year if my son's gonna move on to fall travel this year. But I'm trying to work with the coach there to try and put another team together for the fall. So these kids have some.
Well, who's in charge of y'all social media, man? I feel like Jackie Robinson is being run like an old black church. Who's in charge? You know, can't you get some celebrities involved, man? And have one of those drill rappers show up and, you know what I'm saying, start posting pictures.
I understand all of that. We do have local television personalities and radio personalities that came by to the tournament last year. I don't know if they didn't come this year because of the, you know, the rain or possible rain out to them. But
I mean, this is a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it's all volunteer though, so you can't put too much on a volunteer that's, you know, using their time as well as working full time, and got kids that are playing in this league and that league, and you know, so it's.
I tell you who would have been good, man, but he already got killed, man. I be hearing these certain rappers talk about how they played baseball coming up. King Von was one, rest his soul. Man, he wished he'd have stayed in baseball. You know, you got to have somebody start inboxing these guys like, look, man, y'all shitting all over the community, whatever. We ain't judging nobody, man, but you know what I'm saying? Come give back, man. Post, at least post. I don't need you showing up so your ops are shooting at you and one of the kids got shot necessarily. But I'm saying make some posts and support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody supports when you're on top.
Always. That's what I'm saying, man. When y'all was in the World Series, everybody wanted to talk about it.
everybody, Chance the Rapper, they were, all the major league players and Obama and everybody was in support.
Right.
But now once you're grinding, then, it's hard to find that everyday support.
Man, y'all better reach out to the Obama Foundation, Michelle and Barack. They'll write y'all a check, man. But I know I'm saying a lot. I do this to my friend. They be like, "You got a lot of ideas," but I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean?
You're building this big museum over there in the community. We got some places you can support too. We've heard that. I've heard that they're gonna go ahead and redo some of the park this year, starting in September, getting us a field house and some place to practice inside. I've heard it before. I heard the money was set aside years ago in a legislative bill, but I don't believe it till they break ground.
Shame on the city of Chicago, man. I mean, shame. And you got this new mayor that looks like he might be about it. He's been reaching out for people looking for alternative solutions to curbing the violence and everything.
Yeah.
Well, here you got it right there. It's already built. It's a model that's been there since 1972. You just said over 95% of them are going to college, which means most of them are staying out of the prisons and et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, most of them are doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing. We just need more kids. We switched over into the era where the kids can just walk to the park and play. Somebody's got to drive them to the park, or somebody's got to drive them to these games. It's another thing for the all-star teams, but just more kids just to come out and learn how to play baseball is what's needed right now. With Little League,
correct. No, go ahead. Like, man, partner with the Boys and Girls Clubs, bro. Get those wayward children at those games, and they're gonna see, to your point, what you just said about how these kids see other kids who might be in a different situation from them. You get those people that's at the Boys and those wayward children. Man, now they like, man, I want to play baseball. That's gonna happen, bro.
There's no Boys and Girls Club on the South Side. Unfortunately, I don't know what that's about, but all of them are not in our South Side communities. There's I'm gonna look them up one day and find out why they're all mostly north and west, but not on our South Side community. We got the Croc Center out here on 119th Street that but you have to pay to get in there to work out. But it's got to be. We have the Pullman Center that's off 103rd, but you got to have structure and organization to go in there and work out and play basketball or baseball or football. So you got to be part of something. But the normal rec kid from the neighborhood that just wants to go somewhere, maybe after school or participate in a program after school, is kind of being left aside on the South Side, and they're asking the volunteers to do a lot to fill the gap of where we know that there's funding for, and we know that this, our new mayor has promised that he's going to step in and help bridge the gap
with
what's not
alternative.
going on in the city.
Correct.
Yeah,
and there's enough organizations that already exist, states that are getting funding from various places. And I'm not talking to Jackie Robinson. I'm talking to those organizations. You might be a tutoring program, something for children. Man, use some of the funding, put the kids on the bus, call Jackie Robinson, figure out their schedule, and bring some of them to the game, bro. You don't always have to take them to Wrigley and to Comiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
They take them there when they get free tickets. But bring them to the game in the
Jackie
community.
Robinson is free. All right.
Yeah. Bring them there to a game in the community and let's have a good time. Let them learn something that they can possibly be a part of. So, yeah, I mean, we had, I think Antoine Walker was part of the league. You got different players that have
Antoine
gone
Walker
on.
played for Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Gambled away millions of dollars. Big up Antoine Walker. Couldn't have wrote a check for a quick meal ticket for Jackie Robinson. Though. I hate to spend other people's money, but damn.
Yeah, but so I think more of we're just working on more of bringing some of the legacy of the older players back to help with the league.
I was going to ask you, your boy Ed Howard, drafted 6 straight out of high school, and the Cubs hadn't done that since Almora. So he's a notable player. Like, I know he whenever they talk to him, he big ups Jackie Robinson, in the interviews and stuff. But yeah, these are the type of guys as well. Yeah, you definitely need, even if not just their money, their presence.
Just come by. Yeah. Just come by when you got time. Corey Ray used to do that a lot. He's coaching now, but just come by and we got guys that still set up clinics. Marcus Nettles sets up clinics for kids, once or twice a year. And,
where are his clinics at?
In the stadium.
Y'all stadium.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of that should be going on.
So even if it's not kids that are in our league, just other kids that hear about it that want to get some baseball training or some knowledge, or they come to these particular clinics and learn a little bit more about baseball, and maybe they'll go back to their league or wherever they're playing at, and just have a little bit more desire to excel at the game. So, and there's a lot of stadiums out here, even in the 9th Ward, they've got at Brooks High School, formerly Mendel, they've got a little league field over there that they don't use.
Formerly St. Martin de Porres and formerly Mendel. Yeah.
They got Rosenthal League. They're trying to come back, but they got one of our old coaches. He has a team out there on the field, on their fields on 124th and Michigan, I would say.
Yeah.
They have fields out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's fields everywhere. It's just a matter of
bodies and volunteers.
Volunteers and parents, dedicating some time to your child, playing a season of baseball. I mean, you don't have to keep going. You don't have to go to the club every Saturday. Just take a season and take some days and dedicate it to your kid getting some exercise, some fresh air, and learn.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. My mom came to a few high school games, barely, because she was working.
Yeah.
Single parent type thing. But even when we play baseball, bro, to your point, and to the parents, you don't even have to necessarily stop your life. Like some of the things we did, my mom would just sign us up. Like, man, y'all gonna be playing baseball this year or whatever, sign us up. We had to figure out how to get there and all that. I know people say it's a different day and the kids riding the bus, they get robbed, whatever, that's part of life. I'm just saying, you don't necessarily have to be at every game, man, to have your kid involved, bro.
No, you can figure something out.
Yeah.
What you need to do. If it's either a grandparent or a neighbor, get your neighbor to sign up their kid.
Man.
And y'all can trade
switch off.
Right. Yeah. So, and that's how we build up the younger groups. Once you get in the league, you'll find out that this person has a child, a grandchild, that they live on your block, on the next block. Yeah, you can pick up that kid one day once you get to know each other, and they can pick up yours, bring them to practice or bring them to a game and bring them back home. You know, so
I wanted to ask you, y'all stadium is on public property, yes?
yeah,
Jack
it's
Robinson Park
district.
is okay. So a private entity, well, I have to look into it. They could probably rent the land, but a private entity couldn't, or could they, like say start batting cages for profit on that property?
On Park District property, I don't know. No.
Well, they let Chicago Bears do it.
Oh yeah. Well, the Bears they got some NFL funding coming. We don't have
That's what I'm saying. A
NFL.
private entity could probably, because I'm saying this could, I'm thinking because y'all be using a lot of batting cages.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
say anything's impossible. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Or there's a lot of vacant land in Chicago. They can just gangster it like they've done many times before, and can build some more batting cages or fields for the kids to play in, parks for the kids to play in. They don't necessarily do it in our neighborhoods because we don't have the strength of community to go ask for it or demand it. We don't want this liquor store. We want a damn park built. We don't want this crap in our community. We don't necessarily need any more dialysis centers. We need a park so people can walk around, and and they might possibly don't need dialysis. I mean, it's but the private businesses and our communities are, they're all the same. There's chicken and liquor stores, dialysis, and
Fried chicken.
Yeah,
Right.
it all goes into a vicious cycle. So build some more parks, build some more trails for people to walk around in,
And activities at those parks, batting cages, shooting cages. You know what I'm saying? Yes, make them more functional.
Yeah, even the Forest Preserve over there on 83rd Street, right off Western. Yeah, they put more trails in there for people to walk, but that's basically it. There's nothing community wise there for the people that live in these communities.
Yeah, I might write a letter to Johnson because he said he's been welcoming. I kind of like his spirit, alternative ways. He seems like he'll take calls. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's part of investing, into the community.
He's laying low a little bit because constituents are upset about the homeless situation versus the immigrant situation, where you got the immigrants going to the police stations, and then all of a sudden you got money to find them housing and beds and some place to stay and food and clothing, and you got all these homeless in Chicago. So
and he said he wasn't going to fund the shot spotter technology, and then he all through his campaign, and then he signed off and funded it. He said it was a stamp. He said he didn't sign it. It was a stamp, and he didn't know. Well, reverse it and fire the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You can't tell me I'm the boss and this guy just stamped what he wanted. I had nothing to do with that.
That's fraud.
Yes, it's criminal. Yes.
Right. If I did it, how long you think I'd still be working there?
We can get his stamp. We can make a stamp and stamp all kind of stuff for Jackie Robinson. 20 million is going to the park. Yeah, 20 million.
Oh yeah, we turned down the whole block.
Man, get some rooftop, people watching from the rooftop.
Or we got big plots of land out here that nobody's using right in the ward. We got this Jewel that's on 115th right off Halsted that's been abandoned for years.
There's your indoor baseball facility.
Yeah, you take that whole thing and raise it and and build a dome over there, and you know, yeah, you can play indoor baseball over there
Yeah.
year round. But you know,
I mean, they're looking for alternatives, you know, because you mentioned something about joining. And one thing about any youth, they're going to join something.
yeah,
They're
So
going to
you-
join something. And if the void is just the gangs, then they're going to become members.
yeah, yeah. So you know, you're looking for something positive for them to join. Yeah, you're giving them a certain amount of those summer jobs, but you know, that's not enough. You know,
It's not.
enough.
It's not
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, those are usually the probably the brighter kids or the kids that were on a good path anyway, that had the wherewithal to work, and the parenting to support them to get to and from employment from age 14 to 18. But now, what about these other kids that need something else to get to? Need some exercise, need to get out of the Xbox, need to get away from a bad situation at home, maybe need another meal at the end of the day, because
Man,
they're going home to
they could be given stipends like Uber Eats, Uber gift cards that only go to the stadium and back to their house, you know, so that it's not on the parents to get them there, but they can get there. You know, the Uber ride is only to the stadium and it's only back to the address that you programmed in here. Things like that. Like you said, you know, things like that to make it easier. You know,
for that single parent or the parent that just needs some help, because all parents need help.
Right.
All do.
Right. And like you said, it's nonprofit. So it's not like these things we're suggesting is so that the Jackie Robinson board can put money in their pocket. No.
You just want to make it possible for more kids to play ball and,
stay off the streets.
Stay out of the streets and develop, a pathway to a more positive life.
Well, it creates team building. They start learning the value of hard work. They start seeing results.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always the goal of those kids to move from the smaller fields, T-ball fields, the East
and
field,
get in the stadium. Yeah.
Get in that stadium, man, and play a game in that stadium. So, it's just
that's one thing we didn't have in Hyde Park Little League. We didn't have no stadium. We played at the Hyde Park Rec Center, and we didn't have no stadium. That's one thing I miss. My big brother at the Hyde Park Little League, he played in the Pony League of Southeast.
Okay.
And for some reason, I didn't play in that. I don't know. Oh, we had moved to the suburbs by the time I left Ray. Yeah. But yeah, man. I wish I got to play in the stadium. That would have been a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Ball got over our head. We was running.
Forever. Yeah. Man, he hit the ball to the field house.
We played in one stadium in Hyde Park, but it wasn't our home stadium. I think it was sort of Blue Gargoyle. And I remember the right field home run. It was literally a wall. It was a University of Chicago building. Can't remember where it was, but left field had a fence. You know what I'm saying? I hit the wall. I hit the fence. I hit the stick. What? But that was it, man. They had their little dugouts, but yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's an experience. Any parent out there that a child remembers, like I'm talking about it now. You know what I'm saying? And they develop these relationships with mentors and also other teammates where they're not just a stranger in the city walking around through the hundreds like this.
Right. Even to this day, Terrence knows kids all over the city, but my oldest son, I was at a picnic the other day, yesterday, and this kid
cookout. We don't picnics here, but
cookout. That's exactly what it is. It was a cookout. It was a cookout, and this kid walked up to me like, "Hey, how you doing? Well, everything's well. How are you?" He's like, "You don't remember me?" Yeah, because I had on my blue JRW hat. So, Justin. like this is a kid who he became a Mason, and his son. I mean, but he had played with my son when they were 12 in 2010. And I had saw him a few years ago, but he got a little slimmer. But hey, you remember me from 10, 12 years ago, from playing baseball. And he asked about my son, and he had graduated from college as well. And it's just great to see these kids growing up, becoming young men and part of the community, and still remember you as a dad of the league that they were playing in, and
Well, I got one final question, and then I want you to go to your final words. If you were the president, well, if you're on the board, and what is there anything you would like? It's easy to be a naysayer, but what do you think would help the league, in your opinion, which we're all welcome to, entitled to, and then go ahead and close it out with and then go into your final statement.
Well, I mean, we all know what would help the league out tremendously is getting us a concession stand built by the stadium, which
wait a minute, y'all don't have a concession stand?
No, they built the stadium, they didn't build a concession stand.
Bro, they had one at Southeast Little League in 1982. But go ahead,
no concession stands and no bathrooms. So we using potties. We using potties, yeah.
Come on, man. Go ahead. My fault.
Of course, these things have been requested of our aldermen and for years, but hopefully it'll come with this renovation in September. And there's a park district building there,
right, with the bathroom.
But of course, it's never open when we're playing. So
it's only open from a certain time and certain days or some crap.
Yeah, and I don't even know when that is, because it looks like it's closed all the damn time.
No bathrooms. Well, see, this explains a lot, and you gotta have concessions if you want people to show up.
Right. So that's the major thing that would definitely help the league.
Absolutely.
And we're looking maybe for a turf field. So when there is inclement weather, you don't have to worry about the rain and you're
saying a turf field with some sort of drainage underneath?
Yeah. So once it rains, the field dries up quickly and you can still play.
But in Pennsylvania, they play on grass, don't they?
Yeah.
All right, but go ahead.
Yeah, but they only play in that field maybe 1 month out the year in August.
Correct. And they got more than one groundskeeper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they're not volunteering. Right. Yeah, they got a $60 million contract, which for the TV rights to the World Series.
But nobody else could get money.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately. Hopefully with the, like I said, the groundbreaking of the new building, and hope we can get all this stuff done in this upcoming year for Jackie Robinson West Park Little League. And,
they doing anything to the stands in the remodel, like changing seats or configuration, anything like that planned?
We don't have their blueprints.
Oh my God. Oh, I miss Chicago so much.
It's the city of Chicago. So I'm not privy to everything that they're planning on doing. Hopefully that is part of it. The stands and the structure of the stands is in pretty good shape. So if they're going to upgrade or redo it, that'd be nice.
Do y'all everyday practices, are they in the stadium or somewhere in the park itself, but not in the stadium?
Sometimes we use the batting cages manually, as you know, or we got a few other fields. We got a pony field, and we got another dirt field, and we got the little there's a softball field, and there's a softball field is kind of doubles as the t-ball field. So yeah, there's other places to practice, but you know, they're all in this one park with no bathroom.
Did y'all get some kind of naming rights? I don't want to get no lawyers involved for Jackie Robinson's name. Like, how does his family feel about everything? Do they show up and support the Jackie Robinson family?
Well, I guess since it's the park district, they went through something legally to get the rights to name it Jackie Robinson Park. You know, I don't know what, you know, how much they do.
I'm gonna start Michael Jordan West basketball league. See how that goes.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yeah.
MJW.
Yeah. I'm sure you get a call pretty soon. But yeah.
Yeah, Mike don't play that shit with his name, image, and likeness.
Like who what company is this? Michael Jordan West.
He's somebody y'all can reach out to though, because he loves baseball. I mean, seriously, reach out to MJ. You can't tell me he wouldn't cut a check. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, as I get time this upcoming year, I'll start reaching out to everybody that we put on this particular list of the Mouthpiece included.
MJ would support baseball, bro. But go ahead, man.
So to help with the funding of Jackie Robinson West baseball and just black baseball, period, on the south side of Chicago. These kids need someplace to play. They need coaching. They need a culture of positivity. And that's my final words, that we need to work on building our community structure and stop being crabs in a barrel. Stop, you know, tearing each other down to build one entity up. You know, everybody needs some help. You go into the suburbs and we play on their fields. There's a whole community area where you can work out. There's a little field house where you can exercise, play ball, play basketball, play baseball, have a little areas for parties, or, you know, things that unfortunately we don't do in the city because we want everything to be at the club or at the bar. But we just need to build our communities up. Don't look at the park as just someplace that you drop the kids off to and, you know, let them play out in the park area and then you go home. You know, demand something from your aldermen. Let's help demand something from these aldermen to build our communities up, so we can demand a community center where the kids can go play, they can go learn crafts, they can do arts, they can do all don't want to be rappers, you know, have programs on rapping and DJing and, you know, whatever.
Right. The more you play, the more studio time you earn. But go ahead, bro. Yeah, just things that make sense to build up your community instead of them sitting in front of the house and throwing rocks or lighting firecrackers or staying on the game, just non-positive vibes. So just, you know, that's my take on what needs to help Jackie Robinson, every community on the South Side. We just need to demand more from our city and from our older persons to help build our communities up, man. And I want you to hit your final words, though, bro. But one thing I'm gonna throw in is, I'm sure y'all got to volunteer, but the part that's about the raising of the funds. I mean, everything you just said, bro. A nice letter could be crafted. Man, I'll be telling MJ, like, look, man, we're going to LaDouche next. I mean, you know, it'll be LeBron Stadium. You know what I mean? Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
That's not gonna look good in your backyard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
it's not my backyard anymore. I'm gone. They didn't want to give me part of the team.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know if y'all have a volunteer, you know, but yeah, man, y'all are doing something that's absolutely amazing. And I just feel like it's a lot of times, like with Chicago, like I'm out here around all this money.
Mm-hmm.
If the information gets out to the right people, man, they'll support, bro.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody probably got in their mind, Jackie Robinson is the cream of the cream, and they don't have no money woes, no money issue. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing they need, you know, but man, come on, Chicago, do better, man.
Yeah, just do better for the kids. It's all about the kids. So it's not about the board, any pro. It's about the kids. Just help us build up this community organization to the point where we can welcome in, you know, kids from all over the city,
Man,
in some form of fashion, just for training and learning. I mean, they even built Jason Hayward built a facility on the north side. Now, he's
is that
not
the
even
one I
from
went and saw
Chicago.
your kids play at?
Nah.
Little Joe.
No.
That was at UIC, I think, and the
Yeah.
baseball.
That's Curtis Granderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Curtis Granderson is boots on the ground. He works with kids, and he helped. He went to UIC and he helped fix up their stadium, so it's now Curtis Granderson Stadium. But you know, Jason Hayward, who's a former player of the Cubs, and Kerry Wood, former player of the Cubs. Kerry Wood built a stadium on the north side, and Jason Hayward built one on the north side. I guess because he wasn't from here and he played on the north side. But you know,
it's just a
south side
shame,
too.
man. It's a shame, bro, because you know it's a lot of money in the city, man. And Chicago's one of the richest cities on earth. You know, I read somewhere it was like the richest, you know, all that money, United Airlines, all that old money, Amtrak.
Yeah.
I can go on, and you know, Quaker Oats. I mean, and I know I'm forgetting the Abbott Labs, you know, the Mercantile freaking Exchange.
James, right.
All those stadiums that are laying fallow, man, should have that Jackie Robinson. I want to see Jackie Robinson all over the city. Jackie Robinson West, Jackie Robinson East, Jackie Robinson, you know, West Side. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because y'all got the model, you know, y'all got the model, man. And I don't know, but you know, you're up against Little League baseball and can't nobody make no money. It's just anti-American. It's anti-American.
We you know, a lot of time it's just adults wanting to be in charge, and who wants to be in charge. So, you know, you can have different leagues, but when it comes to us putting things together for the kids, I think that's where the disconnect comes. And everybody wants to be in charge of their area, and this person want to be in charge of their area.
That's funny. Tori was talking. We was talking about that on the Self-Love Show with churches, all those different churches. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They all a Christian denomination, but everybody wants to on the same block. You know, 2 blocks away. You got these different churches. Mine, and it's like, man, work together, people. Work together.
Yeah. Why do we have to have 4 churches on 1 block? But working together would be great. And then you got these different churches, different denominations, you know. Well, I know you know, but it's just a matter of people working together to bring Black baseball back to the city of Chicago. It was basically destroyed after the title was stripped away from the kids in 2015, and we need to bring it back. By any means necessary, we need to bring it back. So everybody needs to work
And these
together.
gang members are coming off the porch at 12 and 13 when they could be swinging at baseball.
Swinging baseball bats, and that can lead to the other sports they want to play during the other season. It's just a matter of getting kids involved in something positive and then working from there. If you got a baseball program that can lead, because everybody can't play baseball. Everybody can't hit a fastball or a curveball. But if that kid wants to go on and play football, they have another organization. If that kid wants to play basketball, you can link that into another organization. But, let's stop being crabs in the barrel. Let's start helping one another. We got to fix it because
We got to fix it.
Our help, our quote unquote help is being taken away daily by the Supreme Court, and just by different organizations that, we are not a minority, but our rights as a people are being infringed upon on a daily basis. And, as we sit on the sidelines, or those sit on the sidelines and watch these rights being taken away, the ability to help one another and help our kids, it gets tougher. So we gotta work together.
Send me a link though for how people could support at some point. I'll put it in the comments. The reason I'm saying that is because I went through that with our chapter, bro.
Yeah,
we was building a association, for the alumni from U of I who are Noops. And oftentimes it's just because the communication isn't there. And I'm getting the sense, you know what I mean, that the information isn't out there, bro. I mean, the local members would probably drop some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching people with bags of money on the side of their head. You know what I'm saying? And like, look, guy, you know what I'm saying? 3 stacks, man, for Jackie Robinson. You saying you want to, you're a legend, that you want to, bring peace to the streets and all of that, and you care about kids now that you're older and you've matured. Break bread, man. And a lot of times cats don't know how to pay, who to pay. Nobody's approaching them. Correct, bro. You know how many times you might say, man, you should have told me, man. I would have came and got you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Instead of I wouldn't have bought the $25,000 chain. I'd have bought only the $22,000 chain or something.
Correct.
Yeah. I got you.
Correct. Right. The $22,000 chain is really only worth a stack.
Yeah. I got you. So you go to Jackie Robinson West Little League or Jackie Robinson West at hotmail.com. And
So that's like probably the Cash App, Jackie Robinson West at Hotmail.
No Cash. I believe there is one, but I don't know the moniker or the tag for it. Yeah. So once I find that out, I'll get that information.
Yeah, shoot that to me, man, and I'll drop it in the comments of the stream. Because this is awesome. I remember what baseball did for us. It created a sense of camaraderie. Guys working together, to achieve a certain goal. There's no game like baseball. There's no game like, it's literally, they say football is chess on the field. I would say baseball is chess on the field, bro. You're processing.
You're processing all the time. Every movement has a counter move. So it's either on offense, which is, hitting the ball, and defense. Every move has a counter move. If the ball goes this position on the field, then this player has to move there in case there's a throw there. Yeah. So absolutely.
Man, I remember I went to a major game. I'm like, man, the catcher is running down to back up the first baseman on every damn play. I'm like, no wonder it's hard to be a catcher and be on bed rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff.
Knees.
It's a lot of stuff you don't see. Like you mentioned earlier, we were talking like hitting the cutoff man, where to go and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a thinking man's game.
Absolutely. And like I said, a lot of kids are processing and processing on the way going to college. So, yeah.
Well, big ups to all y'all, man, because they got to be putting in the work, you know, to get the results that y'all getting. And more importantly, though, to anybody that, you know, hears this, it's not so much about the W's. You know, the W is the W that you win in life.
Right.
You know, and we can't think about, nobody can quantify, is what I'm saying. Like that one kid who had the cleats that were 4 sizes too big, and then he had the guys after him over $200. You know, they need to keep their reputation. They was gonna literally murk this young man.
$200.
Now he's 28 years old, got a job, raising his family. Now he's putting out information and messaging to other young kids that he might have picked up at Jackie Robinson. That was different from what he was getting in the foster program, which we know is awful. You know, so now he can save lives and things like that and funnel them into Jackie Robinson. We can't quantify what that does for the community, because at the end of the day, Pookie and Ray Ray, they might not be doing the right thing in many cases, but they're there. They're there for that little hungry child who doesn't have any shoes. You know what I'm saying? They're there showing them a way that they can be a part of something and, you know, rise above the ashes, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And we need to replace that.
Yeah. I mean, there's countless other stories where kids are saved from the streets or being in a bad situation or learn to turn their own lives around from the situations they're in, from being, you know, in this baseball league or just being around positivity. So, yeah, it's important. It's important that we keep boots on the ground, keep working with kids, keep working with their parents, keep working with their grandparents, you know, and their little brothers and little sisters can look up to them at one day like, hey, I want to be just like my big brother, you know, I want to be back like my big sister. I mean, we've had girls that played in a baseball program. They're going on to star in softball programs. So, you know, we also have a Challenger League where those kids with special needs play baseball. And, you know, it's just so many ways that the youth of Chicago need help. And it's great just to find ways to help them out.
Well said. And as we close out, for a single mom out there or a single parent, but typically a single mom, it could be a dad who don't know the first thing about baseball. Maybe they're down and out to a certain extent, working all the time, or just don't have the resources. And so a lot of times, I remember when you were doing the mortgages and you said our people tend to disqualify ourselves, you know, as opposed to going out and getting it. So what would you say to the parent or guardian that's saying, well, I can't afford none of this. I don't have no energy, but they really want to have their child involved in Jackie Robinson. Is there a way where, I don't want to say they don't put any energy into it, but is there a way where this parent's child can be a part of JRW without much parental input? How does that work?
Just call the league or go to Jackie Robinson West at hotmail.com or go to Jackie Robinson West Little League.com and find out, or just inquiry the league, tell them your situation, and let's go from there. There's a way to get it done. Like I said, T-Mobile has a Little League scholarship that comes out every year. There are volunteers willing to coach your kids. There's parents there with boots on the ground is willing to coach your kids. There's a way to get it done. Just like there's a way to find negative things to get done, there's a way to find a positive thing for your kid to get done. So if there's a will, there's a way. So just ask. Closed mouth don't get fed. So just ask, and we can figure something out to get your kid playing baseball.
Show up once and bring your child, and we can go from there.
we can go from there. We usually get uniforms from Chicago White Sox. They've been donating uniforms for the past few years. So your uniform will be taken care of, and you know, if it comes down to it, there's going to be a way to pay the fee for your kid to play. So yeah.
And I'll add for the parents, you know, again, a child, especially a young man, is going to join something, period, point blank. He's going to be a part of a clique in some kind of way.
Absolutely.
And so this is a way you can kind of, you know, control that and hone that in. And furthermore, you tend to, nothing's 100%, but your child will tend to get a pass if they're showing that they're pursuing other entities and they're not choosing that life, you know, that street life, so to speak. They tend to get a pass. You know, the kid has the Jackie Robinson uniform on, as opposed to just walking down the street, you know, into some $400 jeans and shoes he's wearing that he got from dope money, you know.
Yeah.
But if he's not about that life, or that death, as I call it, the guys always gave me a pass because, you know, I was going to school and playing sports and things like that. They actually would talk. The members would actually pull you to the side and say, man, keep going. You give me hope. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And so put your child in this, position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As opposed to defending why they shouldn't join this negative organization. You know, these guys are going to come to them like, hey, keep playing ball, keep doing this, keep staying.
Yep. They're going to turn you.
We don't want you.
Yep, exactly.
We don't want you.
They're going to turn you away. Yep. You got a future, shorty. Yep. You know, so well said, bro. You know, great coverage. And this is definitely a topic we can revisit. But yeah, big ups to JRW. You know, I'm a nitpicker. You know, it's not much I can nitpick here. You know, I know y'all working with what y'all working with, and y'all are doing a great job, and it's still around since 1972, you know, and all those other leagues ain't. So there's something to be said for that. And the only all black team in history to get to the Little League World Series and play those 47-year-old Koreans. But we don't know how old they were.
And we just go by what they birth certificates and their residencies, saying that these 3 6'3" tall 12-year-old Koreans
throwing 90 miles per hour from 10 feet away from the plate,
lived in the same neighborhood and met the boundary and the age restrictions. So we can just hope everybody followed the rules like our kids were deemed not to have done.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. So I want to go ahead. You were saying something?
I was going to get into the Houston Astros thing, you know, which happened close to the same time of inspecting and going over the rules, but you know, this team wasn't penalized. But you want to call some kids before they're heading to school and tell them that their World Series was taken away. You know, it was just the most heinous thing I've ever seen.
Hey, that's Little League Baseball for you. That's Little League Baseball for you. And and ultimately, I'd like to see, you know, how they go to Pennsylvania. You know, we need to have our own version of that, where it's not so geared to Negro Little Leagues, if you will. You know what I mean? Where we got a nice fancy stadium, where would that be? Maybe in Atlanta. You know, all the kids play for a trip to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
You coming to Cali, baby.
yeah. You know, maybe in Miami, you know, someplace nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or even Vegas, but it'd be hot. It'd be hot in Vegas, man.
Oh my gosh, it'd be hot.
But build a nice stadium and have your own rules. And as long as they from your city, we don't care what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, really, we don't care, man. They on your team, we don't care.
Put a team together and let's go play ball.
And let's go play baseball, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But so just want to thank everybody for listening to today's coverage. Jackie Robinson West's story, it's one of triumph. You know, it's a story of hope. It's a story that reflects the complexities and challenges of race, class, and culture in the United States. It's also a story that reminds us the power and potential of sports, that sports, brings to bring people together and to change lives in a positive way. Positive way.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah, big ups, man. We got to do something different here because it's crapping us.
TATN.
Yeah,
TATN.
get to that.
Mouthpiece included.
Yeah,
Mouthpiece
get to that.
included. TN. TN. Mouthpiece included. TATN. Thanks all for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe to TATN. Mouthpiece included.
Yeah, it's crazy. It won't even play now. You don't hear it. That's crazy.
We'll see you next week. We'll have our rack staff working on our
Production.
technical difficulty.
Honestly, they can't figure it out. But yeah, they can't. I was trying. That's why we started late today, bro. I'm like, man, I need to fix this. Jory been complaining about it, not complaining, but pointing it out. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
So all right, so we don't know if y'all getting this, but we doing it anyway. Hey, when you find yourself making blocks to the south side of Chicago, you might be sliding through Inglewood and Cal. Better check your blind spot. Check your six. Watch your back.
Mouthpiece included.
Guard your grill.
Better guard your grill. TATN.
Knuckle up.
Mouthpiece
Love,
included.
baby.
Better guard your grill.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it.
And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.